topic, which is eliminating your distractions to reach your destiny. And I'm so excited about this topic because before I was even about to make this video, it was literally a song in my head that had the word focus in it. And it's been like stuck in my head for a little minute now. And I just kept replaying in my head. So I was like tidying some things up in the house, and I got like sticky notes and stuff like all over the place up in here. And I was singing the song out loud, and I picked up a sticky note, and the first word that I see on the sticky note was focus. So I'm like, okay, the topic for today is perfect. Like, God, I know this is what you want me to talk about. So let's get into it. So yes, eliminating your distractions to reach your destiny. So it's very, very important to realize and understand what things may be distractions in your life and may be causing you to not really understand what it is that your purpose is, or where you're supposed to be going in life, or why you feel stuck, like in all those type of things. It's so important to understand what is causing you to be distracted from really getting to the point that you need to be. And along my journey, this was something that was so very important for me to identify. A lot of times I realized that we don't like to be real with ourselves because the things that we're involved in may be fun. They may make us feel good. They may take the stress away during the times. Like literally all of the things that we're involved in, we have to be real with ourselves and say, okay, like, I know I enjoy doing this, or I know I enjoy being around this person and doing these things, but you have to really like understand and realize that when you're engaging in these things and when you're involved with these certain people, are you distracted from doing what you need to do to figure out why you feel the way that you feel, or why you don't know what it is that you're supposed to be doing in your life, or why you're still stuck in the same position you've been stuck in for months and years? It's time to be real and say, okay, whatever I'm involving myself in, I need to really like sit down, just go through, write a list down of everything that I'm doing that can potentially be a distraction for me. And just to give y'all an example, y'all know I like to give y'all examples. Like for me, for instance, and just being completely real, y'all know that's all I am, is completely real. Like it was so many different things that was distracting me, whether it was me watching TV, me binge watching shows, watching movies and stuff, going out. I would always go out and push stuff off to the side that I was working on to go out. Basically putting these things over more important things that I shouldn't have been putting them over. Smoking. I used to smoke. I don't even smoke no more, y'all. It's crazy. Ever since I did my fast back in June 2022, so much about my life has changed, and smoking is one of them amongst several other things. But I'm gonna hold that down right quick though, because I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna make another video, because I haven't made a transparency video in a long time, and I think it's time for that because it's been a minute. I've been on this journey for 10 months now, really 11 months, and my life has changed drastically. My way of thinking has changed drastically. All right, but let's get back into it. Things that were distracting me, certain friends, whether they was calling me gossiping about other people and stuff, people I was dealing with, sneaky link, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Dealing with somebody I shouldn't have been dealing with again. Don't dig into the past, y'all. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not good for you. But yeah, I was just distracted by so much stuff, and I had to really sit down and be real with myself and say, okay, I know I engage in all of these things, and I know I do all of these things, and what would my life look like if I weren't doing these things? Or how can I pull away from these things, and what do I need to do so I can really get to the person that it is that I'm trying to become, or at least figure that out? Because I didn't know who it was that I was trying to become. Like I didn't know none of this stuff, but I knew God knew, and I knew I needed to seek out to God, gain a closer relationship with God so he can really lead and guide me the way. And when I did it, I didn't have no intentions of not doing none of the stuff that I was involving myself in before, whether it was cutting people off, stop doing certain things, like literally a lot of things, really majority of things that I had stopped doing, I had told myself like, these are my vices. Like these are the things that have been distracting me for a very long time. And this is what's causing me to feel stuck, not be at peace, because I'm involved in a lot of toxic things that are holding me back. And that's what it is. It's about you being real with yourself, because like I say all the time, it's about the decisions that you choose to make. At the end of the day, like, we all have a choice with what we choose to do in our lives. Like, we have a choice, and it's up to us to decide what it is that we want to do. Do we want to continue to keep going through the same things and not see any growth out of us, and keep hitting roadblocks and keep falling into depressions and stuff like that? It's just like, it comes to a point in time where you have to say enough is enough, or you're going to keep getting the same results, the same outcome, because you're doing the same things, you know? You can't expect different results doing the same exact thing. So, yeah, be real with yourself. And it also just brings me to a point where, I started to realize, like, I was out of alignment of allowing more positive things to be attracted into my life. So literally, like, you attract what you are. So if you're a toxic negative person, and I don't even want to say if you're a toxic negative person, if you're involved in toxic negative relationships, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get that back. It's just like, you have to sacrifice some things to really allow yourself to become in alignment with who it is that you need to be, so you can start attracting more positive things. Like, literally, you are what you attract. So if you put positive energy into the world, you should expect positive energy to come back to you, because that's exactly what will come back to you. But if you put negative energy into the world and you're surrounded by negative energy, that's exactly what's going to come back to you. So being in alignment with who you need to be so you can attract what it is that's for you is so very important on this journey to be able to reach your destiny. So yes. So another thing that I would say is very important when it comes to eliminating your distractions so you can reach your destiny is knowing and understand who it is that you are. And basically what that means is, like, knowing your purpose too. But more importantly, I've realized, like, as I've grown into the woman that I am right now, I've realized that I didn't know who I was personally as a person. And when I say that, I don't want to say that, I didn't know who I was as far as, like, I didn't know that I was Brittany. I didn't know it was certain things that I liked and disliked. Yeah, like simple, superficial stuff like that. Yes, I knew that about myself. But when it really came to really deeply understanding, like, who I am as a person, what it is that I want to give back to this world, what it is that I'm supposed to be giving back to this world, like, what type of people do I want in my life? What type of people don't I want in my life? Like, I was all over the place because I literally was just accepting whatever was coming to me. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know who I truly was as a person and what it is that I wanted. And like I said, we all have a choice. We have a choice to choose if we want to be involved in something and if we don't want to be involved in something. If we want to be involved with people or if we don't. Like, it's our choice. It's up to us. And I realized, like, I was just accepting everything that was coming to me. Like, if you was a cool person and you came around, I was very iffy about my friends and who I hung around. So I didn't really have no, like, new friends and stuff like that. But if you was cool, I feel like we vibe and stuff. Not really did no other deep work about it. Then yeah, like, I would just be cool with you. But that was rare. I hate to use that as an example, because I wasn't even really, like, friendly like that for real. But with some people though. But not getting, like, cool hanging out type of relationship. But yeah, like, it's so important to understand who you are, because you're able to eliminate and be able to decipher between certain people and certain situations that you can involve yourself in. And just for instance, like, what I mean when I say is that, it's not about people just coming around you and they seem to be nice people and stuff like that, so they could be your friend. Or you meet a guy and he seems to be nice, and that's literally just it. He nice, he buy me things, and that's it. Like, it's so much more to understanding who people truly are and understanding situations and environments that you're in than just telling yourself this is what you want to do, or you feel a certain type of way at a time. Like, it's so much more to it than just accepting things that come to you. Like, literally, you have to know, like, what it is that you want out of a friend, what it is that you don't want out of a friend, what it is that you want out of a partner, what it is that you like, what's a non-negotiable when it comes to having a partner. What is it as far as, like, environments that you want to be in? Are you a person that's just gonna go everywhere, or does the environment have to be a certain way? Like, it's very important to know who it is that you are, so you're able to attract exactly what it is that's for you. And that'll help you understand what your purpose is as well, because your mind won't be so clouded and your judgment won't be so clouded based off of what everybody else around you is doing. You'll be solid and firm on who you are and know exactly what it is that you want. So the journey to discovering yourself is very, very, it's different. I don't want to say it's tough, but it's a challenge for sure, especially when you've been literally one way your whole entire life. And I don't want to say stuck in your ways, because there's a lot of people that's stubborn and say, well, that's just how I act, that's just who I am. I was never that type of person, but I was firm on who I was. Like, I used to be a very like a strong-minded person, very opinionated, and not really in a bad way, but I would speak my mind if I needed to. Like, I wasn't a person that's gonna let nobody run over me, and I'm still like that. But I'm a lot more softer when it comes to that. Like, I'm a lot more gentle, as far as approaching people, just seeing people out in public and stuff like that. Like, I used to be the girl that walk around with a mug on her face because I don't want folks to think that they could play with me. But at the end of the day, you don't have to give off a mean aura or mean energy for people to show you respect. I think when you walk around mad and you look angry all the time, it really does not allow you to attract the right people to you. So that's something that I really had to change about myself. But my suggestion to you all, when it comes to really like being firm on understanding who you are as a person, is really start to do a check in all aspects of your life. And what I mean by this is, and I have my clients do this as well because it's so important. So make sure y'all take this little tip down. So it's very important to literally start with your friends and your family as well. And take a sheet of paper, write down the list of all the people that are close to you. Basically, the people that you hang out with, people that you see on a day-to-day basis. Like, literally people that are, that are close to you, that are near and dear to you, that you talk to a lot. And write down the list of these people. And when you write down the list of these people, next to their name, I want you to write down, what type of conversations do we have when I'm around this person? What type of things do we watch together? What type of music are we listening to? Does this person motivate me in any type of way? Does this person uplift me in any type of way? Is this a positive relationship? Like, literally answer all those questions and then some. It's so many questions you can ask to see what type of relationship that you have with the person. And it'll show you if it's a positive or a negative relationship. And it's going to make you realize and see, after you write down a whole list of people and just answer these different questions, it's going to really make you see the type of people that you are surrounded by. And it's going to allow you to realize and understand what type of traits that you carry from these same people. And you have to be real with yourself and write down a list for yourself as well too. Like, what traits do I have that may be negative? And like I said, it's about being real with yourself. Writing down a list of the traits that you have that may be negative, and see how they coincide with the people that you wrote down. And literally, like, be real with yourself and say, okay, I know I need to stop doing this because I'm only going to attract this in my life. I know I need to stop involving myself in this because I'm only going to attract this in my life. So yeah, it's about doing a check like that. And then, as far as like your environments and stuff like that, like, what type of environments are you surrounding yourself around? Are you always in a club? Do you be hanging out in the trap? And I say that because I know folks that be in the trap for real in Atlanta. So like what type of person are you? What type of environments are you surrounding yourself in? And it's going to make you realize and understand, what type of person am I, and what type of person am I trying to become? Am I okay with being in these type of environments? Because if you are, then expect the same exact results to keep coming towards you. If you're okay with not changing in your life, then fine, so be it. Stay hanging around the same people and doing the same thing, and stay going to the same places and involving yourself in the same things, because that's what you're going to get. I'm telling you, you cannot expect changes to happen in your life if you do not make any changes. And that's something that's so like vital. So definitely, again, be real with yourself. It's so very important. After you do these checks of like the relationships that you're in and the environments that you're going into, literally, you have to learn to create strong boundaries within these people. within these environments. And it's going to be something that's very tough. None of these things are easy. Making changes in your life is not easy, first of all. But making changes and letting people know that you're making changes and creating boundaries, it's tough. But I'm telling you, it's very possible if you realize and understand that your life is not going to change in any way if you don't make any changes. Um, so you have to be committed to it, because at the end of the day, people will only accept the person that you give them. So if you want to be the turn up party Brittany, don't nobody take serious, we could hang out, we could do this. Like, if you don't want to be this certain type of person, but you know you want to grow and elevate and become a person that people respect, a person that people can look up to, a person that people may be impacted by, like literally making changes in your life to better yourself, but you'll realize it's not even just bettering you, it's going to better the people around you. So it's going to be a little weird at first, it's going to be tough, people going to not take you serious, people going to still try you, but at the end of the day, it's all a test, and God just waiting to see if you're going to fail the test or pass the test. And it's okay if you fail, because God going to forgive you each and every time. He will. Because girl, well, I'm talking about girl, because it was so many tests I was failing before my journey, like I started my journey. And I know God will be testing me, because I'll be like, okay, God, I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to see this person. Then somebody will text me, the same person that I said I'm not going to see. And I fall into it like, all right, God, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it this time, but next time, I promise. So it'll be stuff that would happen like so coincidentally. Nothing is a coincidence. That would just happen right when I say I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah, God going to test you though. But make sure you set those strong boundaries. Very important along your journey of becoming who you need to be. But I'm so happy. I'm just so happy to be back to me. I'm so thankful for my subscribers. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank y'all for constantly supporting me and watching my videos. And yes, your girl is back. I'm excited. I got a lot of great things going on, coming up. You know, I'm about to be involved in a lot of great things. So definitely make sure y'all follow me on Instagram so y'all can stay in the loop at Becoming Brittany J. But until next time, that is it. Make sure y'all shop my luxury candle line, Peace of You Aromatics. Follow my brand on Instagram at peaceofyou.aromatics. And yes, y'all can shop from my website, becomingbrittanyj.com, and you'll see my candles on there. But in the meantime, until next time, I'll see you guys later, all right? Peace.